Village Management Services. Once a month, we always love to welcome Siobhan Foster, the CEO for VMS. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And we are going to start out with a shout out to the folks in resident services. They made history, right? We had a record day.
We did. One day during the week of March 16th, our resident services staff made history by answering 100% of the 312 telephone calls received on that day. No callbacks were necessary.
Wow.
So this is a great shout out to them and their commitment to training and keeping things moving forward.
Yeah, and I noticed it says here, it's appropriate staffing and commitment, like you said, doing employee training. How challenging is it sometimes to have, get the staffing levels up? It's hard to hire just really good people in great spots. So you guys have managed to do that.
Right. This is the first time we've been fully staffed in quite some time.
Okay, well,
very
congratulations.
Excited about that.
That's very cool. Congratulations on that. And so now you communications, reach, and engagement. I want to talk a little bit about that. We're talking about emails versus paper and websites and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, so again, a shout out to our communications team, and looking at their 2025 numbers, they emailed more than 1.2 million residents, and they had an open rate of 50.6%, which is about 2 times the national average.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's pretty good.
Yes, and a 13% click-through rate, which is well above industry benchmarks as well.
Okay.
And then if we switch to the website, there were 396,000 website users in 2025 and 1.8 million page views. Website traffic increased 20% over the prior year.
Now, the website was updated in between those times, right?
That's correct.
Are you getting good feedback on that too in terms of the usage?
We're getting excellent feedback, yes.
That's fantastic. New bus routes are going on. Tell me a little about that one, the Arbor route.
The Arbor bus route was requested by residents, so our transportation staff reconfigured routes so they could add a new route without increasing costs. So on Monday, the 13th of April, the Arbor route launched. This runs Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Departs Clubhouse 1 beginning at 10 a.m. It goes to the Arbor where residents can shop at Sprouts, Ralph's, Smart & Final. They can bank there. They can enjoy lunch at the local restaurants.
Right.
And the last bus comes back at 3 p.m. to Clubhouse 1.
Yeah. And how important do you feel like it is for folks to be able to have that kind of access to those things on the regular? Because I know they have destination shopping with transportation and things like that, but this is a daily thing when you need to go out there and do that.
Right. We've gotten some great feedback, and in fact, this came out of a survey of our riders. They wanted, more variety in where they can go and shop and so forth.
Sounds fantastic. Now we want to talk about stop using paper. This is bottom line here is let's stop using paper for a lot of our communication, right?
Correct. We have a mandated November and April mailing. They cost together about $8 a piece for postage and printing. About 4,200 of our owners have opted to go electronically, and this saves about $35,000 a year. We would like to have all of our members go electronically if they would, and that would save almost $100,000 per year in postage and printing and save trees and all the good environmental aspects.
Yeah. And also with the electronic mailing, I would imagine that you can do more with that in terms of you can put links in those things and that kind of stuff. So it's even more convenient. Instead of just seeing a piece of paper and saying, oh, here's a website I can go to, you guys can actually have those links and things like that in there.
Exactly. Yeah. And so residents have the option in their mailings to fill out what is called the preferred delivery method form and submitting that indicating they would like to go electronically, or they can email that to us at information@vmsinc.org. And again, we encourage everyone to take advantage of electronic delivery.
Absolutely. So folks, get in there and do that. It's one of those things where people kind of like they don't want to let go of that tactile thing that comes in the mail. I see it every month, but it's the same thing on email. But you're also saving lots of money for village management services in terms of your fees that you're going to pay in your annuals anyway, right? It comes back to the residents anyway, and save some trees while we're at it.
Correct.
That'd be nice. Speaking of trees and saving them, it's wildfire season as almost year-round here in California, Southern California for sure. Just some tips you want to share.
Yes, I do. Thank you. We encourage everyone to know where their fire extinguishers are and how to use them. Learn how to shut off gas, electricity, and water if need be. And most importantly, prepare a go bag with food, medications, cash, flashlight, and so forth. So if something were to happen, you're ready to go. And if you have a pet, include pet supplies as well.
And that's one of those things that people, I think sometimes they forget about, is like have those things ready for your pet, because you're going to grab your pet, but you have the kibble, their medications, their things that they need, because you might be out of your residence for maybe 2 or 3 days just on an evacuation and come back to everything great. But in that time period, you have a challenge.
Right, and this way you don't have to worry about it in the heat of the moment. So
now I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you have a go bag?
I do.
Okay, I don't. I'm a bad listener, because I've heard this a million times and I do not have a go bag. So I need to get on this. I got to go to the websites and get some more information. Speaking of the websites, you have some websites for us as well.
Yes, there are a lot of tips at fire.ca.gov/prepare. We encourage you to take a look at that. And then we encourage our residents to stay alert with what is called Alert OC. This is the county's mass notification system and the official source for real-time updates from the Orange County Fire Authority. And then you can also visit the Orange County Fire Authority website for updates. And for statewide fire information, visit fire.ca.gov/incidents.
Okay. And the village has its own, like you said, their own one. You can sign up at lagunawoodsvillage.com for like the non-emergency, but the other alerts that can go on right here in the community.
Well, these are our emergency alerts. It's the
right.
Everbridge system.
Right.
And so everyone should subscribe to that. There's an Everbridge icon on the bottom right of any page of the website. Just click on that and register, or you can register via the resident portal. So we will never supersede county directions, but we may have more specific information for our residents.
Supplemental information for folks in here, and some to whatever that might be, so you guys are communicating it directly after those alerts have been put out with everybody else.
Yes, or if there's something village specific that we need to get out, we get those out.
Good information there. And this is the bane of my existence in the summer, mosquitoes. There's the one thing I just can't stand. So you have some prevention, some things from facts for us?
Sure. Mosquitoes need water to breed, so that's the key. It just takes them 5 to 7 days to complete their life cycle. Most mosquitoes come from small backyard sources. These are bird baths, buckets, plant saucers, even a bottle cap left out that may collect water. Only female mosquitoes bite, and as we know, they may transmit diseases to people and pets.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So we got to keep those out of the area, and we do our best around our house too. But they find it because we irrigate so much. Everybody irrigates, and all the puddles and all the things, the sprinklers. So just got to be careful around there. So what kind of mosquitoes are out there exactly that we should be worried about?
We have 2 prevalent types, as I've learned. The first is the Colex mosquitoes. These breed in gutters, ponds, and green pools. They're active dawn and dusk. And then we have the 80s mosquitoes, which everyone dreads.
These are the ones.
Yes.
These are the ones that get me every summer.
Yeah. Otherwise known as the ankle biters. They breed in small containers. Their eggs survive dry conditions for years. They're active during the day, and they're just a real nuisance.
And they're just a pest. They're just nasty. All right, so let's talk about prevention.
Yes.
What can we do?
Apply mosquito repellent to exposed skin. Wear repellent clothing. Wear long sleeves, long pants, and lighter colored clothing. Keep doors and windows closed or properly screened. And then again, we ask residents to eliminate breeding sources, dump water from plant saucers regularly. That's a huge one.
Right.
Drain standing water from other outdoor containers weekly. Clean and scrub bird baths and pet pools that may be left outside.
Yeah, and I tell you what, it's surprising how little amount of water they need to be able to breed and be successful and go through their, like you said, their life cycle to adulthood. So what's a resource people can go to for more information on that?
Okay, as you may know, Orange County Mosquito and Vector Control District provides the abatement services here in our village. Please contact ocvector.org if you have a problem. There's an electronic form that you can fill out. The inspector will come out, assess the potential breeding sources, and take corrective action.
All right. Well, I feel like we're doing a good job here in the studio. We've been mosquito-free right here in the studio for years.
Good job.
Thank you very much. We did it. We were listening. Siobhan Foster, CEO for Village Management Services, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back with the folks from the Publishing Club. Stay with us.